Good afternoon, I'm Miss Castle-Smith. I'm the new head of Year 10 at Chertsey High School. This session is to help your son or daughter prepare for their academic success and preparing them for GCSEs over the next 2 years. So far this term, students have returned back to school. They're really positive, as are the staff. It's really great to have that buzz and having them all back together and able to learn. They're reunited with their peers. They really are enjoying that, getting that balance between being in the lessons but also enjoying being back with all their friends. They've enthusiastically taken on their new GCSE subjects and working really hard. I'm really proud of how well they've done. I think it's made a massive difference that they feel like they've got the control and they've chosen the subjects that they want. And it's great to see that when I go into the lessons on learning walks, they really are curious about the subjects they're in, enjoying it and working really hard. And you know, we've got our new Year 7s this year, which has been a tricky start for them. And you know, I really believe that we are setting the example as we should be, whether that's in uniform, whether that's in attitude, or whether that's just opening the door or being that friendly face in the morning. And of course they're always showing our KDLs, so our knowledge, determination and love, and I think more importantly it's so important that we continue to remember that they are so important. Knowledge is going to be so important moving forward, and the determination and love, they're going to need a lot of love to go through these next 2 years, but they're going to need to show the determination, so really looking forward to that. So my vision as head of year, you know, as a head of year, it's my job role to make sure that your son and daughter is happy, safe, and has all the opportunities that they can have at Chertsey High School. So my first thing is control the controllables. I believe that controlling the controllables is something that is actually a student's choice. So they can clarify what they can control and they can clarify what they can't control. What they can do is they can build on the things that they can control, and they can find strategies to be able to make improvements or work out how to deal with those things that they can't control. So controlling the controllables, I mean attitude, uniform, attendance, equipment, all of those things students can actually make sure that they are doing. And this comes from a sporting background, but if you control the controllables and you apply that to your daily life, it actually means that within day-to-day, we haven't got excuses for various things. And I want Year 10s to know that they need to take responsibility of these things. And if they can take responsibility, take the accountability, it means that actually we can help them and support them in the things that they may struggle with. But I don't want to be spending my time, neither do I want to be ringing you as parents to say they haven't got their equipment, they haven't got the attitude. So control the controllables, and that's a big thing I'm saying to the Year 10s. Control them because they will help you. The defined behaviours, so what I've done here is you'll see that there are 7 C's here, so curiosity, collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, communication, courage and care. So these are the 7 C's. I see these as 7 defined behaviours. So one of our KDLs is knowledge. We want students to be have the opportunity to learn more about knowledge and be knowledgeable as they leave Chertsey High School. So what we want is these skills are going to help them find the knowledge. So these are these defined behaviours that not only will make them have good attitude at Chertsey High School, they will help them access the knowledge, because I believe without these 7 C's they won't be able to get the full knowledge from GCSEs. And this is something that I will be rewarding in assemblies, and I will often be talking to. I know that a big thing coming back now with Year 10, I really have been pushing for this curiosity and communication. So curious, we need to be asking questions. There's going to be times at the moment where they are unsure about what they're doing, and they should be asking questions. And that's all part of being curious with these new subjects. And communication is vital, whether that's between their peers, whether it's between the teachers or their students. That's going to help them go in the right direction. I have already mentioned this, but you know, I feel that all students deserve a fantastic opportunity, and they may not be in the position at the moment to see what they want to do in the future or necessarily know. So it's my job to make sure, as a school, that we give them the knowledge to make sure they can then get the choices. But that is going to take determination, because they're going to need to strive to the best and want the best out of themselves. And I know, and I see it every day, that they do that. But even when we're having bad days, I need to be able to see this determination. And it's that love element. You know, we need to have a responsible attitude, but we also need to show respect to others. And I know that it's been something I've been looking at PSHE over the last few days with the Year 10s about ensuring that we are in a respectful environment. And again, it comes back down to, communication and care. Are you actually communicating the right way to staff and your peers? And I do believe that if we get these right, things are going to be a lot better. And finally, all students achieve their potential in their GCSEs. It is about them having the opportunity, but their academic success, which I believe if we get all of these right on a day-to-day basis, we're going to have fantastic GCSEs, and that's what every Year 10 deserves. Here is just a little bit more detail of those 7 C's, and obviously the things that you control: my attitude, my effort, my behaviour and my actions. And this is something that I have shared with staff as well, so we will be looking at it as a whole from the CHS staff. Another thing to also think about on here as well is, words like creativity. I know that I have some students who say I'm not very creative, but I believe that it helps them see things differently and deal with things better. So being creative doesn't always mean being necessarily artistic, as some of our Year 10s would think, but we do need to make sure we're doing that. Critical thinking, it's almost that problem solving. They are going to come into times where they are going to be struggling, and they need to learn the strategies to get through that. And I'm confident that with these defined behaviours, we will get there. And I'm really excited to see how that goes about. And as I said, the attendance, attitude, homework, punctuality, equipment and effort is all something they can control. So please do reiterate this at home. If they can control the controllables, we can provide the opportunities and help support them in that. So I'm just going to focus on a few things here, because I feel that these things: GCSE Countdown, attendance, expectations of GCSE, revision, parental support and contacts, and a few key dates are vital for you as parents to ensure that we move forward and we have a very successful Year 10. So, the GCSE Countdown, it is only 5 terms away, so students and parents, we need to be able to realise that this isn't actually a very long time, considering what they are expected to learn in that time. It's going to break down into the fact that it will soon be weeks before their GCSEs. And they have one chance. So what I want to instill in our Year 10s at this moment in time is that it's not about, well, I'll see how Year 10 goes, and when it comes to Year 11, I'll do the extra revision there, or I'll step it up, or even I'll wait until I have my mocks, or I'll wait until I have parents' evening or an assessment. It's too late. Students need to be on it now and think about that one chance. Everything that they put into now is going to mean that they will have academic success, and that is what they deserve. Every lesson counts. I know that staff here at Chertsey High School, we believe every lesson counts. We believe that every student should have that opportunity to have fantastic lessons and fantastic education. But we need students sometimes to believe that every lesson counts, because if they believe that, their attitude is better, and I think they'll have more of a growth mindset. They'll believe in themselves, and that is what we want to help with our Year 10s. Attendance. Our target is to get 98% attendance, and the link between attendance and academic success is very clear. So we need to make sure that students are coming into school, and do keep us informed if there's a reason why not, but really students will learn best in school. If the circumstance did come that they're not in, it is their responsibility to catch up and make sure that they are taking that responsibility, controlling those controllables and catching up with those lessons. There has been research that students with high attendance gain on average achieve half a grade more in their GCSEs. So it is worth bearing in mind that it all links together, and as attendance is one of my controllables, if we get that right, it will really help with them moving forward. I was thinking about this, about expectations of GCSE, and I think there's a lot in society that says about what the expectations of GCSE is. But I try to think about it from a point of view as a student, okay? So thinking about this idea of a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So some students would have perhaps a fixed mindset where they believe they are born with the skills. They may also believe that they don't have the knowledge to be good at a subject. So you may hear a student say, I'm not very good at that, I can't do it, I've never been very good at that, I won't do that. believe it or not, we do see some of these fixed mindsets in our lessons here at Chertsey High School, and it's our job to make the students actually believe that they can learn and grow. So if you have a student who believes that they may well be struggling, but through certain help sessions or talking to that teacher or doing something differently, it's only going to get better for them. So what I want all our students to always be on the growth mindset side of things, and embrace it and treat everything as an opportunity, because they won't see the opportunities if they're not on this side. I think another thing as well is mistakes and feedback is something I also want to highlight. They're not, we, staff and students, we're not going to get everything right. And, we need to learn from this. And rather than necessarily feeling that somebody has failed or it's not been the right thing, what can we do better to make sure that that's okay? And, feedback is something that we believe is really beneficial at Chertsey High School. And, I want to make sure that we are using this as useful information. And when students get marked pieces of work back, or whether it's audio feedback, whatever it is, in some sort of feedback, they're using that to then improve. And when I go and do my learning walks, students should be able to tell me where they are in the subject, so what they're doing well in and what they're maybe working on, because that again is going to mean that they are believing in the fact that they are learning and they are going to improve. So for me, that is the expectations of GCSEs, because I believe that these mindset characteristics, focusing on the idea of belief and focus, is going to mean that our students are going to move forward. So if you are having conversations at home, please make sure you are, if you see any of this, and they feel discouraged and they are sort of saying they can't do it, do say that there is the growth mindset, and I'm very happy to talk to anyone about that if they have any questions. Revision is something that is going to be paramount in moving forward in our GCSEs, and they should start making revision resources now to consolidate their topics. So when it comes to our first assessment, teachers will be giving out revision resources, they'll be giving out guidance. It'd be a really good idea for students to get a folder or get a different book on the side, some kind of way of ensuring that all their revision resources are in one place, because that is really going to help them when it comes to year 11. As a head of year, this is sometimes something that I do often see, and teachers see it as well. Students are working late at night because they feel the pressure, they feel they want to work well. Please do encourage them at home that they should be getting that balance. So we want to be working earlier in the day, but it's fundamental that we get a good night's sleep as well, because especially when we move further into the year or things start to get a little bit more stressful or higher pressure for our students, we need to make sure that we're doing that right. Put away distractions. I know that in society at the moment this is really tricky because they have access to so many different things, but it's really, really important that we do sort of control that. And when it goes back to controlling the controllables, I'm not saying necessarily remove them or take them away, but if we can have the control to say, no, while I'm working I'm going to remove them away from there, it will really help create the work environment, which is actually what we want for our year 10s. I keep going the wrong way. Healthy living work, so plenty of sleep, eat properly and drink plenty of water. I know that a lot of year 10s here as well, when it comes to lunchtime, they want to go outside, they want to run around, they want to play sport, and I encourage that, but it is really important that we are making sure that the things that fuel our body are getting the right focus. So just, looking at this, do have the conversations with your son or daughter, and I will be doing the same just to make sure that we support them. And use school staff for help and advice. I'm available, you can email me, I can ring you, but we've got some fantastic teachers who are also there to support our students move forward. We have great TAs who have great relationships with the students, so do ask. Students know that they can ask us, but you can also ask us for advice, so please bear that in mind. Parental support. I think this diagram summarises how it's going to be moving forward. I feel that we all need to work together and we all need to buy into what is ahead of our year 10 students. With students, I would believe that there's two things that they need to do. They need to buy into the education system, so they need to be willing to be here and they want to be here. and also that idea of that growth mindset of believing that they can do it. If they have that attitude, they can then access things and move forward. With the school, it's down to teachers to make sure that we are providing knowledgeable lessons, inspiring lessons, interesting lessons, and ensuring that we are always there for the students and supporting them in the best way possible. With the parents, it's about laying the foundations. So it's about supporting what we believe at this school. But the parents are the people who are seeing them first thing in the morning and at the end of the day. And it's making sure that you are also there to communicate with them, look after them. And I feel that if we all work together, whether that's through me talking to you, or the students talking to you, and us talking to the students, I feel that this I want to say it's like a parental triangle, but it's definitely not a triangle like that. But it is definitely something that shows that if we can all work together, this journey forward will be a lot better for our students, and that is fundamental in what we think. So I put this up here. Parental support is 8 times more important in determining a child's academic success than social class, size of family, and level of parental education. So the Campaign for Learning found that parental involvement in a child's education can mean the difference between an A-star or grade 9 and also a good run at GCSE. So it's really important that we work together in this, and I will be making phone calls to you to see what thing I can do for your son or daughter to help him or her. But I just think this is really important to remember that it is a team effort, and we all need to be there to help our Year 10s move forward. So we have a fantastic Year 10 pastoral team this year. I'm delighted to be working with these wonderful teachers. Miss Keep is with Year 10 Newton. Miss Fagent is with Year 10 Nightingale. Miss Kilby, who is the head of maths, she is with that tutor group once every 2 weeks on a Monday. So they are working together. Year 10 Tolkien is Miss O'Neill, and then you've got Year 10 Wilberforce, which is Mr. Bull. So it's been really, really good to see these tutors with the students now they've come back, and I know that they're working really hard behind the scenes. But please do take note that if your son and daughter is in one of these tutor groups, please do contact the tutor if there's anything that you're worried about or anything we can do to help. Overseeing Year 10 is Mrs. Goulbourne, our deputy head teacher as well. So I would recommend contacting the tutor first, or myself, but just to let you know, Mrs. Goulbourne is working very closely with our year group, and obviously she knows the year group really, really well. Key dates for your diary. So Wednesday the 23rd of September is an early close at 12:10. And you'll see here that as we move forward, there is almost a cycle of things, whether it's assessment, grade collection, and then we've got another Year 10 Parents' Evening. We were delighted with how successful last week's Parents' Evening is with the new climate. So we're really looking forward to that. And I think that all of these are on the website, and it's crazy to think that that says the last day and we're looking at the whole year. But we do appreciate some of these dates may change, and obviously we will keep you up to date if that is the case or there's any changes. If you do have any queries though, please do get in contact, and I'm sure we can help. It's been really, really great to have this opportunity to be able to talk to you and show you about what the vision is and what I'm here to do, and why I believe that our Year 10s will have success. And I think it's about sort of putting all this together, and we will make it happen, and it will be a great 1 to 2 years. So thank you. If you do need anything, please do email me on castlesmithen@chertseyhighschool.co.uk. But take care. Thank you.